Buongiorno! Today we're making baked bolognese, a new take on an old classic. So let's get to it. So for my basic bolognese sauce, I've already done a video on ragu alla bolognese, which is basically what we're making, but we're making it with macaroni, and we're going to bake it with cheese and everything. It's going to be fantastic. So for my basic bolognese sauce, cup of rough chopped yellow onion, cup of rough chopped carrots, cup of rough chopped celery, about 5 large cloves of garlic, about 25 grams, about a quarter cup of chicken broth, and all the full written recipe in the description too. So we blend all that up, and then we throw that in the pan with our meat, tomato sauce, some spices, cook our macaroni over to the side for the baked pot, and we'll get to it. Now that the bolognese is all blended up nice and smooth, we can get it in the pan with the meat. Using a pound of ground turkey, use your protein of choice, beef, turkey, chicken, whatever, pork, doesn't matter. Get that in there. And the bolognese pot, get it all. And then we're going to season it up with some salt. I like to salt the veggies too. Salt in every step of the process. And while we're here, let's put about 2 teaspoons of salt. We got about 2.5 cups of water over here. And the reason you salt the pasta water is that's the only chance to evenly season the pasta. If you just dumped salt on cooked pasta, that wouldn't evenly season it. It would just be the tops. That's the reason. Changes nothing with the boiling characteristics or anything like that. It's just you season it every step of the way. And a little more salt on there. A little fresh cracked black pep. Onion powder. About a teaspoon. And about a teaspoon of garlic powder. Gotta amp that garlic flavor up in there. Love my garlic. And you know, garlic's just a miracle vegetable. Like, they used it in the medieval ages for all kinds of medicines. It was like the cure for everything, including vampires, right? So now as I'm browning up the meat, flipping it over a little, I'm gonna add a little more seasoning, a little more salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. And you could be adding crushed red pepper flakes at this stage if you wanted to. I'm gonna add them at the end. We can adjust for how much heat we want. So got our bolognese coming along nicely here. Meat's just about got all the pink gone. And the flies have showed up for dinner. So let's drop our pasta. It's about 9 minutes to al dente, so I'm going to cook this 6 because we're going to finish it in the oven and in the sauce. I want it still to have a nice, texture and kind of chew to it. So 6 minutes. Set our timer, get that in. And you want to give the pasta an occasional stir, especially right at the beginning so that it doesn't stick together. Especially something like macaroni, spaghetti, rigatoni, and penne and stuff like that. It tends to kind of not need very much stirring. Now let's shred our mozzarella. Mozz. Got this really cool food mill rotary food grater. It's got all kinds of different blades, like julienne blades, matchstick blades, wavy cut blades. It's like a cheese grater blade. I got some fresh mozzarella, whole milk. Gotta go easy on it. I'll have a link for this thing on Amazon. It was only like 25 bucks. That's probably about enough, about half a cup. Okay, now that our meat's all cooked up, cooked to 165 internal temp, no pink left. I'm going to add in half a cup diced yellow onion just to give that extra crunch. I don't want these soft. I kind of want these still to have that crunch. So I'm adding them in here close to the end. Get our pasta sauce in. I'm just using Classico jarred, fire roasted tomato and garlic. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. It's cheap. It's readily available. You can go ahead and make your own if you want. I just love this stuff. And I like to hit it with a little oregano at this point. And we will taste and then adjust seasoning as needed. Always taste and adjust. Shoe fly. I don't know where these flies came from. They weren't here ever. Maybe I've been cooking too much. They're smelling that goodness. They want some. Alright, see how it just drains out like that? And then nice and easy. Boom. That last little bit. Now we got it nicely incorporated and heated through. Time for a taste test. Adjust seasoning as needed. Pretty good. A little more pepper. Good on salt. And more garlic powder. And oregano. Oregano. Okay, go in for another taste test. Beautiful. Okay, let's add our pasta. Cook 3 minutes under al dente. And always save your pasta water if you need to thin your sauce. This one didn't cook that long, so it's not going to need any thinning. But If you cook it for a long time, the better it gets, which you should. Then use that water with all the rich starches in it, liquid gold, to thin your pasta sauce. So let's get it on the baking sheet now without making a giant mess. And the reason I'm using a baking sheet instead of like a casserole dish is that way we got more surface area to crisp up with those crispy little edges. And then on with the cheese, however much you like. So here we are with our mozzarella on it, more or less if you like. I don't usually do a lot of cheese, so this is good for me. Gonna put it under the broiler for about 10 minutes, medium. We got nice crispy edges, nice golden cheese. Then we'll cut it up and serve. And now here we have our gorgeous baked bolognese. Of course, with a little bit of garlic bread. Added some crushed red pepper flakes and oregano. It's going for a bite. Oh, I want to get some crispy cheese. Oh yeah. That is fantastic. So make this and enjoy it. Till next time. Bye. Then I like to scoop up a little pasta here on the garlic bread, you know? Use it as a spoon. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. You gotta make this. Fantastical.